Musicians and Mancaves. How do? Welcome to the podcast Musicians and Mancaves with Chris, Tom, Alex and me, Paul, otherwise known as Nottingham band Dread and Monkey. As the band is nearing its 10th anniversary, we decided we should do something completely different, talking crap for a change. We spend a third of our rehearsal each week talking anyway, so we thought, why not stick a mic in front of us and have a laugh? And all the ideas floating around in our four little hairy heads, and let's see where it takes us. So the idea is to pick 3 topics each week and ramble on. So sit back and relax. Welcome and enjoy Musicians and Mancaves.
I'll try and keep it down to it. I've got a bit of an intro. I don't know what it's like. Probably sounds shit when I start talking it, but I'm really tired now.
Limber up.
Alright, gentlemen. So, podcast 4.
No, podcast 5, Muppet Boy.
Relationships, the way a man thinks it works. This will be interesting. So this is basically what I come up with for the intro of this week. This is a very biased podcast in the sense that it is written by men and discussed by men, but this is the point, and this is a man's take on the whole relationship thing, which is quite funny. Most people have been in a relationship sometime or other, serious or not. It still involves the emotions between two people and the turmoil and passion that goes into letting your heart get pulled apart and trampled on, or not. So gentlemen, this week we are going to be discussing basically how a man thinks in a relationship. So what do we think? Men think in black and white, women grey. That's my little intro for today. Shall we start? I mean, this is really difficult. Men want to be appreciated and crave compliments as well, to feel worthwhile. What do you think about that? Wow, silence.
Well, I'm just kind of thinking I'm probably not the best person to go in on this because I don't seem to last in a relationship longer than about 12 months.
And why do you think that is?
Because I get bored.
You're a psychiatrist. Tell me how you feel about that.
Is it because you're a selfish person in that sense? You find it very hard to live with somebody?
I wouldn't say. I don't think selfish is the right word. Maybe. Yeah, it's mine. It's probably. It's not being selfish as such. I think more lazy. I think it's probably. Obviously, my dad's always had long-term relationships, and he keeps trying to explain to me, there's a certain amount of give and take. I'm very good at taking. Yeah, not so much at giving. So like, I wouldn't say I'm even particularly self-centered. No, I suppose maybe a little, but so like I could just be very lazy. Just not make the effort. I was kind of one of the people where do you want to go out for a meal tonight? And I'd be thinking, a little bit.
How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, how much is it going to cost? Or we're a bit tight. We've got this to pay, that to pay. And I suppose it made me very boring. But that saved me money. I never ran into debt. So.
Yeah, I suppose it's the way you look at it and what you want.
Yeah, I always look at things that way, and then I suppose I don't know. I'm just not very good at compromise. I like things that make noise and go fast. I don't really want to go out and buy a dog, for example. I'd much rather work out how much that dog's going to cost me over the course of its life of 10 years and think, well, I could probably buy quite a nice, fast, classic car for that.
Because I was the opposite when I was 19, I think, when I got with my partner, and I wanted that, and I wanted the family thing, and I wanted the kids and all that, so I was kind of completely different in that sense. So I don't know what you feel, Chris.
I don't know. I think, Alex, you probably just not met the person that's the right person yet.
No, I think you're
compatible
totally
with
right.
how you sort of want to go about things.
I think that's
all
maybe
it is,
why I'm
really.
not interested in having kids, because I've never met anyone who I could really look at and think, do you know what? I would happily have kids with you.
Yeah.
Because obviously my parents got divorced. I remember what that was like. And my parents' divorce was quite nice and amicable. My brother's, different kettle of fish. It's carnage. It's horrible. And I just, I've always thought if I'm ever going to have kids, it's got to be a solid, strong, because I could never put someone through it. So, maybe that's why I am how I am.
So you're overcautious in that sense, because you've been through it.
That's probably closer to the point.
Yeah, because you see that relationships, maybe your experiences, they tend to break up.
Yeah, and I think
You
I
see
just,
the
from a
negative in
young
it,
person,
maybe.
rather than.
and I think
not.
I probably learnt to probably be maybe a little bit colder than is necessary because I'm always in back of my mind. Well, this ain't going to last very long
I
anyway.
think
So
blokes in general are colder anyway. That, like I said in the intro, we're black and white, so we tend to we want an answer that's right or wrong.
yeah, it's either yes or no,
Yeah.
regardless
I think
of which
women-
one it is. Just tell me.
Ladies in general, I think they want to go out and buy some pink cushions and pamper around a little bit more than blokes do. And blokes just want to get a table,
Get
a
stuff
chair.
done.
Just get stuff done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think-
that's not being patronising. I think that's just how blokes are.
I also think women want, and like men who try and read between the lines a bit, if that makes sense.
Like they
can't-
want you to know what they're
that's
thinking, but
yeah,
they
they
don't
want to
actually.
give you a bit of a hint
Yeah, that's
and
right.
expect you to come to the right conclusion.
Rather
So-
than just telling you.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
for something, so for example, if you say take your partner out, and you say, right, we're going out, and they're going to go, where are we going? And you want to say something like, well, and you haven't planned in your head at all where the hell are you going, but you're going to take the first thing they say, and they're going to say, I don't know, I want to go to Raduni, the Indian restaurant in so and so. We go, good choice. That's exactly where we're going. And they think, oh yeah, he's really thought about it, and we just go, shit, we're about to take them there.
Yeah.
But women like to think that men have put thought into things. That's what they I think they appreciate effort more than they do anything, or thoughtfulness maybe. I'm not very good at that.
No, I'm really not. I'm quite cold. And having two daughters as well kind of softens you up in the sense that you've got to be a bit more. I don't know because I've not got a boy, but I think it just makes you a bit more cuddly and a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that kind of. I'm surrounded by women.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I know what you mean. So am I.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even when we had a dog, one of them was a woman, and the bird.
Jesus.
Let's get some testosterone patches in here.
Yeah. Might get a squirrel called Bob, something like that.
Do you think
Tom?
if you met that person that was so compatible that you didn't really argue and you didn't really disagree, that it would just get really boring?
I think it would.
No spark.
I think it would.
Well, I had that one.
You know what I
One
mean?
of my first partners when I was, in fact, my first proper girlfriend. She was. We were. Well, I was a lot more chilled out than I am now, but she was exactly the same, and it was almost so passive that, like, I think in the.
You never get anything done, I
No,
think.
no, well, we never, it'd always be like, what do you want to do today? Oh, I'm not really fussed, what do you want to do? I said, well, I'm asking you that, what do you want to do? Whereas my ex-partner was kind of, everything was either great or it was
It's
carnage.
an argument.
Yeah, but at least, there was some fire, and I think sometimes women almost, they poke the bloke to see if there's any fire there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
they
know what
almost
you're
want
saying.
that, yeah.
They want that.
They want you to know that,
sympathy
that you
or-
have some emotion, that we're not just robots.
Whereas we see that as just being really arsey.
Yeah.
And it turns you off the completely opposite way.
Yeah,
What they
it
want.
works differently for
It
a
does.
bloke. I think we don't want that. We just want them to turn around and say, yeah, that's fine, let's go. And rather than fighting tooth and nail about it.
Yeah.
But I think they see that as obviously we're all doing this as men. But for me personally, when I used to argue with my ex-partner, would fall out. It was kind of like I was thinking, why are you testing me like this? I wake up with you every morning. We go to sleep together every night. If I want to get rid of you, I'll kick you out. So just be grateful that I haven't kicked you out. Why'd you have to test me every 6 hours?
Yeah, on every single thing.
Yeah.
We need some tea bags. I don't want them tea bags. It's a tea bag.
Yeah.
Just get the tea bag.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Am I right?
Yeah, it's
It
back
don't
to that.
bother me if somebody said, "Oh, do you want these tea bags, or these tea bags?" I'm just like, whatever.
Get the cheapest ones.
Get the cheapest ones. Yeah.
I think it's a bit like furniture. I remember buying furniture with us. She goes, well, I really don't know which one to have. I like that one, or that one. I says, well, they're all the same colour. They're all about the same height. They're all going to fit about the same in. Which one's the cheapest? And then, oh, it's that one. I said, well, we'll get that one then. I said, oh, I don't know. They all look the same, man. Oh, no. And then they'll take the most expensive one. Then you get it back. Oh, no, I'm not sure I like this one. Right, get back in the car. And that really was what it was like when we bought the house.
I think you're right though about the fighting thing that you said. That I'm not getting my words out very well here, but the fact that I think if you agree on everything, it would be boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be.
That's
After
like
a while,
basically
it probably
what you
just
want.
peter out.
That's what you want in a mate, really, not a partner.
Yeah, I think a bit of push and pull is good. I mean, for me personally, one of the most enticing features for me in a personality of a girl is intelligence.
Yeah,
I mean,
a conversation.
Yeah, so I mean, I've had some girlfriends who really were not very bright. There were one of them in particular. No, she was lovely. She was probably my favourite partner, but it was like talking to a wall sometimes. And it was no matter what I did some bad things. No matter what I did, how much I rattled her, she was just, oh no, that's okay, babe, that's all right. I'm just like, God, it's like, I love you to death. You're so nice. I says, but just give me some pushback on something. So just having someone who it's not that conversation of, hey, up, how was your day? Oh, it was fine. Oh, okay. Anything you want to do? You want to talk about politics? The environment. Do you want to look at
Brexit.
do you want to look at talking about something maybe a little bit more interesting than cushions? Let's talk about a topic that maybe pushes you a little bit mentally, makes the wheels turn more than once every 2 hours.
Well, I think just to deviate a little bit, that's what makes this band work. As people are listening, this is Dreaded Monkey, by the way. 'Cause nobody knows who we are, but that's what makes this band. Tom just sits there and listens, but then he'll chip in with the most bluntest comment. It's just so funny. Tom?
That's how it's always been. That's what I've always done.
Yeah. And that's your character, and I think that's why it works, because we have a conversation. We
Yeah.
talk more than we do any work.
Yeah.
But it's true. Well, that's how you want a relationship.
That's probably
in my
why we
opinion.
do 3 gigs a year.
Yeah. Because you just can't be bothered. Yeah. But that's what I want in a relationship, and that's what I've got. Because we can talk. There's a conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Intelligence. So, well, on one side, not on my side.
But you see,
to
the
be fair.
thing is as we all get older, we all get a bit worse looking, we all get a bit fatter. Things aren't as perk as they used to be. But that's what happens. So the body deteriorates, but for the most part, the mind doesn't.
The trouser seat becomes a worm.
Yeah, that's it. Flow doesn't quite.
Just
go.
had a woman walk through with a smile on her face.
So like obviously blood doesn't flow quite as well to certain areas. We seem to grow beer bellies and things like that. Hair falls out for some of us. Thankfully, not me yet.
Or comes out of more places.
How old are you?
26.
Yeah, sure.
But the mind can stay beautiful, and as much as I know I hear a lot of people say, well, we've grown old together, I find just as attractive as you did. I think that's probably a bit of a lie.
I don't think they're talking about the physical side.
Yeah,
of it.
and that's what I'm getting at. It's the emotional kind of the mind is something.
Yeah.
The body is a bit like I describe it as think of the body like a shop front, right? If you look at a shop from the outside and that window display is fantastic, but you open the doors and there's sod all inside, you think, well, this is shite.
A lot of couples get married, they've got the perfect lives, they're both beautiful, they're both, and they just fail because it's just skin deep.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shallow relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas, as I say, I've kind of realised, especially with how many failed relationships I've had, there's a little bit more to them having an absolutely cracking body and a pretty face. It needs to be more than that.
It'd be nice to have both, but it's not very often that happens.
No, it's not. It's not.
Like that chemistry, aren't you?
Yeah.
One of my little bullet points here is men always want to solve problems and need to find a solution. And I think that is a keen thing on the way a bloke thinks
in
as well.
nature.
So if, say, I don't know, something happens dramatically in life, you want to find a solution. If there's like an illness crops up in one of your kids, God forbid, but you want to be able to find a solution. Whereas a woman can cope probably better emotionally. I don't know,
but I think women have a bottle, don't they? I don't think men have. I think women have a compartment to a bottle where they can push things into.
Yeah.
And then it's as my dad always describes it with my stepmom. There's the drip, 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 and eventually it overflows as an eruption.
Yeah.
Such as I might just leave a coffee on the table without a coaster, but I've been winding up for 6 months previous with all the other silly things.
Yeah.
Whereas men, I think we deal with things as one thing at a time.
Yeah. I think that's it, and probably bottle it up and don't
and women
explode.
remember things from 10 years ago that you didn't even know actually happened.
Or you weren't even there. Yeah.
Men tend to kind of cover it up with word, don't they? just keep busy, and if there was an issue, you'd work hard to find like the solution, like you said.
Yeah, I think
Just
that's
to
how our
distract
brains
yourself.
work. We're the cavemen, aren't we? We go out and kill things and then come home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hope for the best that the club's the solution.
exactly. I mean, guys have to learn to do cuddles and affection. I think that's one of the biggest things. That's certainly how I felt right at the
I
beginning.
think you're right.
I
I
wasn't
think it is a
brought up
learned
like that.
skill.
Yeah, I was not brought up. I mean, our parents weren't lovey-dovey. Never
No,
were with
they
us.
are now. More,
They are now, yeah.
Than used to be.
I don't know, is that just age and thinking, oh, I ain't got long?
That's probably a British thing, a little bit, or used
Yeah,
to be.
true.
I think.
Not thought about
I think
Not
men
known
have to
for
learn to
affection,
become
are we?
vulnerable, don't they? We have to learn to sort of open the armour every so often.
And be sympathetic,
I see.
which sometimes that's really difficult.
I struggle
I
with
can't-
empathy.
I
I think
can't do
that's
it.
Yeah.
one of my biggest problems as a person. Is I don't have a lot of empathy.
Because I think that's because we see something's happened, or the woman might be really upset about something, and we probably think of it in our way, how we would deal
Yeah.
with it, and you sort of think, oh, just get on with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
all
it's
it's,
up and get
it's
on
not
with it.
really a
not
big
how
deal.
they
Come
would
on.
perhaps deal
Yeah.
with it. They want you to sympathise.
And console and
Whereas if it was happening to us, we'd probably just want to sort of get on with it.
yeah.
Yeah. I really
Because
struggle
that's
with
our
that.
way of dealing with it.
Really struggle with sympathy.
Yeah.
I just can't do
See,
it.
you've got sympathy and empathy.
It always sounds like I'm being false when
Yeah.
I try to be sympathetic.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
just
little
don't.
bit like that.
Because it
find
doesn't
really
come natural.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because you've got sympathy, which is saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, your cat got run over" or something. And then there's empathy, which is understanding that feeling. Now, obviously, me as a cat person, I would have empathy for that. But let's say something that's not particularly important to me, I'd be able to go through the notions of like, "Oh, I'm really sorry that's happened. It's terrible. It must be really difficult." But I won't be able to understand it, and I wouldn't even bother trying to understand it, if that makes
No, I
sense.
think
It's
you
like a
just-
script you're going through because you have
Exactly,
to say it.
that's it. You've got it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
whereas I think a bloke could probably just turn around and say, "Oh, okay, let's arrange the funeral things or whatever." You know,
Yeah.
obviously for a cat. Or
Yeah, you'd be
whatever,
thinking about the next
You'd
one.
be
wouldn't you?
thinking
Yeah,
about
it's
the
like,
practical
yeah, that's it.
side.
It's
Give me the
happened now, let's
practical
go.
jobs, I don't mind, but the emotion, no, can't do that. Scary. It's like arguing with a woman. I wrote this little line down because I think it's so true, just because I've been 22 years down the line. Arguing with a woman is always right. It is easier to agree. You argue, you are wrong. Anyway.
Yep.
I think that's true. Especially with the
Yeah.
lady. You argue and you argue and you argue and you know you're right, but they're always right. Am I right?
Yeah.
I think you have to sort of come round to that thing of trying to be sympathetic
just
when
gotta-
perhaps you think like you don't need
You
to.
just
be.
got to live with it. It's like the toilet seat up or toilet seat down thing. Why don't they leave it up for us so we can go for a wee? Why do we have to put it down so they can sit on it? Because if they left it up, then we won't wee on the seat. Am I right?
I've never had that debate.
Well, toilet seat up, toilet seat down. Do you always leave it up or down?
I don't care. I know there's a hole there. And just
Well,
aim for
you
it.
live on your own. No offence, dude.
Well, yeah, but then
Well, it has lived with other female
Yeah, I suppose you
variety.
have. Yeah. But do you leave it up or down, Chris?
I put it
that
down.
was shit.
I put it down because I live with
Because-
3 women and
yeah,
it's
exactly.
courteous.
Oh, yeah.
But why don't they leave it up for me? That's my point.
Yeah.
It's never something that's ever really occurred to me.
No, it's down, I lift it up, it's up, and I leave it up.
I don't even look at
So you
it.
leave it up.
As long as the top lid's open, I know I've got a chance of getting it in.
Let's hope for the best.
This is one that Alex usually talk about. Washing up. When you're cooking the tea, this is what I do. I wash the pots as I go along. What is it with leaving it all to the end? Oh, I'll do them later. Why do them later?
And then
You
later,
can
It
just
doesn't
sit
make any sense.
It's like doing your homework when you come in from school. Do it, done,
Yeah,
sit down,
and that's it. And then
relax.
you can sit down. You can go into wind down mode.
something always comes up later, and then the
Yeah.
pots get done tomorrow with
Exactly.
that day's pots.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Or you really don't want to do it later.
No.
I really don't. I like to get it all done. Wash up.
Yeah.
I wash up as I cook.
I think it's while we've still been at work, because if you've been at work, you're still in a mode where it's like, look, I need to keep doing something.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Get home from work, get the jobs done,
That's it,
relax.
and then
not
pack
get
up.
home, relax, do the jobs.
Yeah,
Because then the jobs will never
they
get done.
don't get done.
Because I'd be
Exactly.
relaxing.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, I can't be arsed now. It's
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just get it done, relax.
That's why I always used to come home straight from work as soon as either my bike gear was off or I hung my car keys up. I went straight to my gym. Because if I stopped for half an
If
hour,
you sit down, you
that's
can't
it.
get
I
back
just
up
look
again.
at the gym and go, do you know what
Yeah.
that looks heavy? And I'm not doing that.
So
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
it's
you,
like you're doing the same amount of work. like Tom said, it might get left till tomorrow, but you've got to do those pots tomorrow and today's.
Yeah.
Whereas you've just lived with that mess all night. It's there. It's bugging you.
Yeah.
You may as well just do it then, and get it over and done with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not going to.
That's my point.
Piss you
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I mean, while I'm doing the tea, this is generally every day. I pick the kids up from school, have a quick nap because I'm getting old now. I get up at 4:30, and then I'll do the tea. While I'm doing that, I'm washing the pots. While I'm doing that, I'm doing the sandwiches for tomorrow. And while I'm waiting for the dinner to finish, or while the dinner's cooling down, because obviously the kids are a bit younger, I'll wash the rest of the pots. And then by the time I've had my tea, I've got like 2 plates to wash, or 3 plates to wash.
Yeah.
It's done.
I'm
And I can
similar,
sit down,
really.
jobs are good. But when the missus comes in, how can you use so many pots? It's got 14 pans out, 600 knives. Seriously, there's stuff everywhere.
It's like making
Why
the
do
tea
you-
earlier. I think I used 5 spoons to make 3 cups of tea.
No, I think that was a brain fart, man.
Kept getting a new one. I want a
Yeah.
new spoon.
I think the only time that I leave it is like, you know, if the washing up bowl's empty and there's no water in it or anything,
Yeah.
and then I'll wait till there's a relative amount, you know, because I'm not going to fill the water bowl up to do
it 3
a
times.
plate and a
Yeah.
cup.
No.
So I'll leave it till the end of the day when I've got probably 2 plates, my pizza board, you know, maybe a couple of knives for cutting stuff up. Because otherwise, I'm just all I think about is, right, well, I've just cost myself 40p in water and heating. What was the point?
Just
Well,
make
there
it clean.
is
That's what I
that.
was saying about blokes being
Yeah.
practical.
I might as well just do it all in one hit, get it out of the way.
I'm sure you've licked them clean at one point. You live on your own.
I tell you what, I did do at one
Make
point.
it as clean.
I'll tell you, this is the truth. I did go through a stage of buying disposable plates because I could not be arsed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because
did that.
I live around the corner from Poundland, I can buy
Plastic
60
knives
plates
and
for
stuff.
£1.
Also, that's 60 days done.
That's it. Exactly.
That's 2
And then-
months.
That's it. And you just used to sit there in the top and I'm thinking, do you know what? I haven't had to use any water or anything. Great.
That's happy. You're saving money as well.
Yeah.
And you
Recycling.
recycle.
And that's it. And then if you buy tins
Do
of beer,
I want some paper plates.
no, it's brilliant. And if you buy tins of beer, you haven't got to wash those up. Just put them in recycling.
Yeah.
Nice. That's thinking, that dude.
It is.
Alex has just tapped his head for those that are listening. Any more discussions on this topic? The other thing I was just going to bring up was trinkets and ornaments and little
Hair
stupid...
bobble clip things.
Oh, very loud
What
on
are they
this
called?
microphone,
Yeah,
Thomas.
bubbles.
Which mic you on for?
This one.
Hair
are they
bubble
called?
trinkets. Bubbles.
They're like little thin metal clips. Like
Yeah.
pins.
Oh,
yeah, you're on about
hair clips,
bobby pin
That's
things.
the ones, yeah.
I know those from Fallout.
Yeah, I was thinking bobby pins. That's probably American.
Barbie pin.
But yeah, they get everywhere.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
fine.
they get left everywhere around the house and you end up.
Yeah. And
Oh,
hair
that's the other
bubbles
thing.
and stuff.
Bathrooms. And how many shampoos and conditioners do you really need?
I don't know, I'm quite bad for that.
I mean, there's 7,253 shampoos in our bathroom.
One for each day.
I just want
Why?
one. I just want one. And
I
maybe a
I
spare
don't use
one.
it. I've got
spare
dreads,
one
I don't
hidden
need
away somewhere for them, in case you run out.
Oh, it does my head in.
Just one a bit of what you need. That's enough.
I mean, I don't want to sound like we slagging the other half off, or the opposite sex off, but this is just how blokes think, isn't it? And that's the whole point of this, really.
We keep
This
it basic.
Conversation is drying up. Alex is on his phone.
So I can't read on the screen and
That's it.
listen.
Blokes
I
can't multitask.
No,
I'd rather. I keep thinking about I'd rather just have a couple of bean bags on the floor. You know what I mean?
Cave.
TV. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Not
Bonfire
That'd be
to
really
keep
cool.
the tigers away at night.
Oh no, I
Keep
like
it simple.
I'd have a tiger if I could. I like tigers.
You might get eaten in your sleep, maybe.
You can tame it. Take its teeth out.
Well,
It's ethical.
Good luck with that one.
I've got my flumps. I like my cats.
Your flumps.
Yeah, I either call them flumps or they're known as house snakes.
House snakes.
Yeah, they're the house snakes because they sneak about, slither about, so they're house snakes.
Nice. Good description.
But I keep telling them as well, because I keep telling them they've got to get a job, but they won't do it. They won't contribute to the household, and it's getting really frustrating now.
They're contributing to the Russian Confederation or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
aren't
it.
they? The Russian spies.
That's
aren't
what. So JJ's
That's what you
busy
said
helping
last
the
time.
communists. Millie's not doing anything. I keep telling Millie, you got to get on the phone to potential customers and start promoting the business. She just looks at you. So look,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in my house, eat food that I buy for you. You're just not contributing. It's give and take, this relationship, and she's just not having it.
Train them up, yeah.
Do they hunt spiders and flies and invaders like
One of them did bring me in half a frog, so it tried.
Self-defense.
Bringing in dinner, innit, for
Yeah.
the night.
There wasn't a lot left of it, so.
This
They
topic.
just play with it though.
Huh?
They just play with it. They don't really want to eat it. They just.
No. Millie ate all of it apart from
Really?
his head. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but she's kind of half feral. She's quite wild. JJ's just lazy. If it moves, he goes, "Oh, I can't be asked to chase that." And then
Like
he
too
just
much hard work.
They usually just play with them, don't they? Just bat them around for a bit and then leave them to die.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Jack used to do that.
They're
My dad's big cat.
domesticated, yeah.
He used to put frogs under his paw and just hit it and just keep slapping them. He'd be out there for hours torturing frogs.
They are very sadistic, cats are, I think.
Yeah.
They're a bit like, they run up phone bills and all sorts, don't they? Did I tell you that story?
I think they're very selfish.
I've told you this story before. A friend of mine, when he was younger, had a cat. And he used to have one of the old-fashioned phones where you could just knock the receiver off, got a wire on it, not like these modern things. He used to knock the handset off the table, and then just used to press all the buttons. And it run up, I can't remember the figure, but hundreds of pounds bill because it was just pressing buttons and just leaving it on all day. And this cat, yeah, it was a crazy cat. And he had a boxer dog as well that ran through the patio window.
Oh, I remember.
It
I know
was
the
shut.
friend you're talking about, yeah.
And made a mess. Stupid dog, but it was a lovely dog.
I tell you something, it's funny that you're on about cats playing food, because I'm quite into my whole Planet Earth and stuff like that, obviously David Attenborough stuff.
Yeah.
I watched something quite interesting
It's unbelievable.
about killer whales, and the scientists can't explain this behaviour, but during the mating season of seals, obviously the killer whales will come in and steal the pups, but they'll be out there flinging carcasses, and just torturing them out in the middle of the ocean, and no one can understand why they're doing this. And it was basically showing this these killer whales, they were stealing these pups off the beach, going miles out into sea, and they were literally, right, I'm not joking, they'd swim under it, get the pup on its tail and fling it 50 feet in the air, just for a laugh.
Maybe that's it, they're bored.
Just tormenting it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
supposed to have a bit of a sense of humour though, like nature, like in the sea and stuff like that. It's supposed to have a bit of a. They're like dolphins or play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
dolphins
like
do,
in
don't
waves and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
that's but same. The spinning thing, it's because it's fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's no other reason. They enjoy it.
Yeah, we've got a very strange noise. Are we done with this topic, gentlemen?
I
Shall we
believe
move
so.
on to the next one? It's been a bit, what's the word, subdued this evening. Not much laughs, but hopefully we've talked a bit of sense. So we'll jump on to the next topic. So we'll see you next time. Well, that's this week's episode of Musicians and Mancaves done. So please share this podcast with your friends and family. Without you guys, we cannot keep putting these out. So a bit of support, a quick thumbs up, or a little comment at the bottom. That will really help us so we can put some more of these out each week. So you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. This will also give you the heads up of when the next episode is coming out. Or you can check us out on Facebook. In fact, the YouTube channel is Dreaded Monkey UK. Facebook channel is Dreaded Monkey Music, and the Instagram page is at dreaded_monkey_official. So that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the usual. We've had an absolute blast doing this, so it's been great fun and a big learning curve. So we look forward to doing lots more in the future for you. So one last thing, we are hoping to get these out on the big podcast forums or whatever you want to call them. That's iTunes, Podbean, places like that. All links will go on our social media pages in the upcoming episodes. So, well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Toodaloo.